Sandy, they just finished producing a movie about me and my sister. They even hired an actress to play you in a few scenes. I hope you will like it. When will it be released? In about 2 months. It's a made-for-TV movie, so I will tell you later what channel will be broadcasting it and when.
Debbie, Carrie, Vicky, and Paul now return to their town in Texas. Vicky and Paul also move in with the Sims couple.
Lucy and I were deeply moved by the story you and Carrie told about getting Patrick and his girlfriend off drugs. We never thought Carrie would do such a thing for someone she used to despise.
For me, it was just about doing the right thing, no matter what.
Eric, do you still need an auto mechanic? I'd like to apply for a job here. Sure, I'll have you fill out an application.
Welcome to the Tuscany Tavern, Mr. Hernandez. What can I get for you?
My wife and I are celebrating our 30th anniversary. So we need a large pizza with pepperoni, sausage, onion, and bell pepper toppings. And a bottle of your best white wine.
As you wish, sir.
Happy anniversary, honey. I hope the next 30 years with you are just as beautiful.
Thank you, I love you so much.
But sitting nearby is...
I shouldn't have come here. Both my marriages broke up after a short time. How could they have been together for so long? I feel like a failure. Mother, what's wrong? You seem so depressed now. Is it really that obvious? Well, I saw Mr. Hernandez and his wife eating together and she then suddenly kissed him. They are clearly happy together. Likewise, Lucy and Jessica, you and Carrie, Charlie and Whitney, Bella and Eric, James and Penny. They are all such happy couples. But I am all alone. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I must come across as selfish to you. Mother, there is nothing wrong with having needs of love and affection. Maybe after all this time, you just need to find a new love partner. Someone that will never leave you. And who would want an older woman like me? I can't have kids anymore. I am tied down by my being mayor of this town. Whoever I'm with would have to know that I put my career as a lawyer and my duties to this town above romance. Well, I have a surprise for you. The last time I went to visit the Aphrodite agency in Dallas, one of the models there told me she found a boyfriend via a dating site. I looked at it and found a listing there by someone quite familiar.
Debbie then pulls out her smartphone and shows her mother the person in question. Hello, I am Dr. Michael Drake, and I work as a physician at a hospital at a small town in East Texas. I am a single white male, age 59, with no children. I am seeking a woman in her 40s to 60s I can have a loving companionship with. She must be monogamous and willing to see me every weekend. She also must be self-supporting. I have zero tolerance for parasites.
All these years I have known Dr. Drake as a leading citizen of this town and even as a casual friend. But as a love partner? That never occurred to me before. Well, now that you know he is wanting a love partner, why not give him a chance? You already know from experience how trustworthy he is. Yeah, but I can't just walk up to him and say, Dr. Drake, would you like to date me? That's just awkward. He probably feels the same about you, but you two will never know if you don't try to find out. Maybe you just need some help to get together.
As Sandy considers Debbie's advice about dating Dr. Drake, someone from the future arrives to visit her.
What's going on? Where am I? Hello, Mother, we meet again. Do you remember me from our encounter in the year 2021? I was from the year 2056. Now it's the year 2032 and I am from the year 2061. Yes, I remember. You and your partner Diana warned me that I would come down with multiple sclerosis and gave me a vaccine that would keep me healthy. You also begged me not to kill myself because of my disability. And because of my intervention, you not only survived, you went on to become mayor of your town and you improved the lives of thousands. You truly made a difference. And now I want you to make a difference again. How? Well, in the year 2060, Ted Wilson invented a time machine and used it to travel back to the year 2020, intending to murder Carrie in the past. So my son Richard went back to stop him. Not only did Ted fail, but his actions actually generated an alternate timeline in which he would be killed. Twice. That sounds like a Terminator movie. Yeah, but then we find out that Ted murdered his wife and your niece Rebecca, locked their daughter Janet in his home's basement after blinding her. Then when Janet was a teen, Ted raped and impregnated her because he wanted her to produce a male heir to his estate, resulting in the birth of his grandson, Tony. Oh, my God. Once Tony was old enough to understand what happened to his mother and grandmother, he turned against his grandfather and helped us defeat him. But no child should ever be a product of rape and incest. And no girl should be sexually abused and imprisoned by her own father and treated like a breeding machine. I agree. So what do you want me to do? I want you to free Janet from her father as a baby, not an adult. And Ted Wilson needs to go to prison for killing Rebecca. As terrible as Rebecca was, even she shouldn't have been murdered by her own husband in her own home. Wow. And I thought Diana Cowley was awful. All right, I will do as you ask. Thank you. I love you, Mother. I need to tell the present-day version of Debbie about this. And then she and I need to figure out how to get at Ted Wilson.
So you actually want us to investigate the disappearance of Rebecca?
Yes. Debbie and I have looked on social media and found no posts or comments from Rebecca since April of this year, but prior to that she made tons of such things on Facebook and Instagram. Hardly a day went by without her posting something. And then, nothing, like she had just disappeared. Narcissists like her don't just disappear, they are obsessed with promoting themselves even if they look ridiculous before the public. Plus, have you even seen your granddaughter Janet yet?
No, I haven't. And Rebecca herself told me I'd never see Janet, which is fine by me.
No, that's wrong. Janet, regardless of who her parents are, is an innocent baby. We need to find out how she is doing too. And do you really want Ted Wilson to raise her, after knowing what he has done to girls in the past?
No, I haven't seen my newest sister either. My mother and I have had no contact with each other after our conflict at Mr. Miller's and Denise's wedding.
I don't like Rebecca any more than you do. But what about baby Janet? Do you want her to be treated by her parents the way you were by your mother? You only got better because your grandparents cared enough to raise you even after your mother abandoned you.
You are right, Debbie. We should help Janet.
Good. So this is what I recommend.
2 days later, the four of them, plus Carrie, all meet up at a police station in Dallas.
I have already spoken to a detective here and gave him all the relevant information about Ted Wilson and Rebecca. He said he would get Child Protective Services involved.
But we can't just break into Ted Wilson's house and snatch the baby. That would be kidnapping.
That's true, but CPS can certainly ask for Ted Wilson to produce Janet so she can be given an examination. And, oh, who is this? Good afternoon. I am Solly Smith, a member of Child Protective Services. The police have fully briefed me on the situation, and we have obtained a search warrant for both the baby in question and her mother. Then let's go. The sooner we get to the truth about what happened to Rebecca, the better.
And so Dallas police officers go to Ted Wilson's house, along with the concerned family members and Sally Smith. No, I haven't heard from Rebecca since she left me and took Janet with her.
Then give me her current contact information so I can see if she and her baby are all right.
I don't have that.
And I think you were lying, so now we are going to search your house. We have a search warrant for both your wife and your daughter, so step aside.
Ted Wilson moves aside and then the police officers begin to search the house, including the basement, where they find.
Oh my God. He already cut the baby's eyes right out of her head. This is so sick. We already have enough reason to arrest him for child abuse.
Then the cops go into the backyard and find a recently disturbed pile of dirt. And when they dig into it, no, that body is badly decomposed, but I still recognize it as that of Rebecca. What the hell did that monster do to her? My daughter.
It looks like she was stabbed at least a dozen times in the chest and abdominal regions. That can be confirmed via autopsy. Officers, take the suspect away.
You libtards have violated me again. My life is ruined.
Shut up. You destroyed someone else's life, and soon you will pay for it. I am so tempted to give you an even worse beating than the one I gave you years ago at our town, and maybe even kill you. But I am not like you. This time, the law will handle you. And this is not a matter of political differences, but of basic human decency, which you clearly lack. Time for you to join your father in prison. And I doubt even he will accept what you did. You are finished. Aside from her missing eyes, Janet seems perfectly healthy. So, he wants to claim her?
I can't do it. My wife and I have already raised 4 of our grandchildren by Rebecca. We are content to be grandparents.
Then Carrie and I will take her. And legally adopt her as our daughter. I've actually wanted a girl for a while, so she will be loved by us. Do you know anything about raising a blind child? Indeed, we do. We are friends with a girl named Jermaine Dawson who lives in our town. She used to be blind until she got a visor implanted on her head to enable her to see again. I'm sure in a few years we can give Janet the same thing. So be it. You may take the baby with you. And thank you for helping us to crack this case wide open. You are heroes.
No. Sandy Smith is the hero here. Without her, we would never have known what happened to my mother and sister. Thank you.
Hello, I am Jason Laker of the America for All Network. Today, we learned that Ted Wilson, once a leading citizen of this town, at least in his mind, has been arrested for the murder of his wife, Rebecca, and the abuse of his infant daughter Janet by cutting out her eyes. I feel sick.
Debbie, I have given Janet a complete examination. She is perfectly healthy.
Good, then I will take her home. Oh, and Dr. Lessie. Where is Dr. Drake?
I think he is with another patient.
Okay. I wish to see him before I leave.
You wanted to talk to me, Debbie?
Yes. Please have a seat.
So what's going on?
My mother is wanting a new love partner. Before we went to Dallas last weekend, I was looking at a dating site and I found a listing of you. Considering you have known my mother for nearly a decade, why not consider her?
I don't think so. Your mother and I may be members of the town's UU church, but she is also a dedicated atheist, while I am still a Christian because of my original Baptist upbringing. I want to be with a fellow Christian, whether you or not.
Then why did you leave the church to convert to Unitarian Universalism?
Well, I had a younger brother named Daniel, who also became a doctor, but while attending medical school he came out as atheist. He told me the Christian teachings he grew up with simply made no sense to him and he didn't want to be a hypocrite by pretending to follow a religion even if the rest of the family did. I didn't really understand what he was talking about at first. But then I got to know your mother after she offered me legal advice during a malpractice lawsuit I was involved in. I asked her what church she went to and she simply said, "I am not a member of a church. I am atheist." I said, so is my brother. And that's when I became more tolerant of atheists. Then I learned about the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship your mother helped found and thought to myself, if my church was Unitarian Universalist instead of Baptist, my brother and I could be members of it together. I didn't want to abandon completely my Christian beliefs. They just suit me best. But I don't expect others like you or your mother to convert anymore.
I understand. So are you still in contact with your brother?
No. He died about 4 years ago in a mass shooting in Alabama.
I am so sorry.